Well, hello folks, LA from TA today. We're going to do a short video here, Bitcoin. We're going to review that 38K buy area that we talked about in the last video that we did. And we're also going to look at the technical picture now, price projections on Bitcoin and the Bitcoin miners. So let's get started. If you remember back 22nd of January, we highlighted Bitcoin. We said, hey, there's some swing point lows down here. These swing point lows, they're going to get taken out. And we talked about the whole idea of the short-term MTTFs, why that needed to be taken out. You can review the video, have the link down below. But we basically said, you know, we're probably going to go to 38K. Well, we got to 38.4. That's pretty close. And it didn't quite do it. We thought we might get more of a bounce here and then come back. It just kind of went sideways, dump. But that was the bottom. Get a hammer reversal here, headed straight back up after that took place. If we fast forward here to today, what have we done? Well, we come back and done what we said we should do. We came and took out that target that we had at 49,288. Breakout, you can see it here. Volume not as high. Doesn't say it can't keep going, but you know, when you look at this, it had a pretty good run here. Might get a retrace. Retraces typically happen on a swing point high break, which is what we just got. And when you get that retrace, you have to expect that it could take the entire swing point high zone. You know, you could retrace all the way to the bottom. That's about 10% or so, you know, but that would be normal. In other words, if we came back into this area, it'd still be a normal retrace. What you really want to see is you want to see it go up, come back into here, catch some bids up in this area, maybe off of this bar right there, right? Turn and run higher after that. And so this thing is set up perfectly. It's done what it needed to do. It made that hammer reversal bottom after it took out the swing point lows, reset its MTTFs. Now we are a little bit stretched here on the weekly MTTF, but you know, we've got a long way to run on the monthly time frame. Which brings us to the idea of the next projections. You can see them here at 71 is the next one. The one after that is 102. These are going to get hit, folks. You know, I don't know how long it's going to take to get them, but I suspect they're going to get hit. Now, 71 makes sense because 71 is just over the prior highs of around 6.8, 789, I believe it was. And so that, you know, 71, that's just a rounding error over the top before you get a retrace, just like we got a retrace here once it broke. Retraces are quite normal, 1 to 2 bars after a breakout. And then if we go on and look at the 102 number, well, that's just another 30, I don't know, 35, 40% up. Again, with Bitcoin, that's nothing special. What you really want to see is you want to see this thing come back, retest, go up, come back, retest, go up. In other words, set up some nested ABCD structures to work its way up to these larger, longer term projections. Now, if we flip over and we look at the Bitcoin miners, and we'll use the WGMI Bitcoin miners ETF. What we have over here is an absence of the ABCD structures that are in play. These are potentials. I suspect they're going to fire at some point, but they're potentials. Until you can get back over 1938, which is this swing point high, you know, they're just potential. They haven't been activated. So we've got to activate them and push higher. Now, notice this area here has a lot of volume. That's going to produce supply. And if we look at it over here, you can see just how big that is on this bar, which is that 19 area. And if we look at over here, you can see how big it is on this bar, which again is that 19 area. So 19, 1950, that area, it's going to be tough to get over. And that's where the supply is. What you'd like to see this thing do is you'd like to see it settled in here, trade sideways, and then make the run to break it. That would be the ideal case. And given that Bitcoin itself is probably going to do a retrace, retest, regen, this would make sense for these to go sideways, build out a little consolidation platform, and then turn higher as Bitcoin turns higher in the coming days or weeks. My suspicion is that once we take out that 19 area, we're going to go after these highs fairly quickly, and these projections are going to come into play fairly quickly as a result. In summary here and final thoughts, Bitcoin did what it had to do. Took out those high volume, topping type action that came on the ETF approvals. It retraced, right? Came down, reset its MTTFs. Now they're bullish again, and now it's made its run and it's taken out that high. It's just what you would want. At this point, you got young here, young there. Yeah, there's a little problem here, but I suspect that's not going to be a big issue. You're probably going to end up setting up a swing point low somewhere up here and potentially take it out and reset this one as well at some point. But right now, I don't think this one's a problem. So I like what I see. I suspect that this is going to continue higher, and you got to get on the train, folks, if you ain't there. That's it for now. Have a great one. Stay safe. I'll see you next time.